start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, Mark, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they work this right upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And the Rams at 6-2 to start play. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Hands it off out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Burrow from his own end zone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because of the drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And so there he goes right side. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right in the beginning.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively, disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They snap it to Stafford. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Gale is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Burrow on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling it now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Stafford.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Rams are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Back to throw. Stafford. Touchdown!
Cooper Kupp from 8 yards out. And the Rams have moved out in front.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Gun. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Here's Burrow.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A handoff, running left, Mixon. Oh, he's got some, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for Rams.
On first down at Stafford. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Here you go.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And some room to maneuver. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From midfield now, Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
11 MT.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On first down, Stafford here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Stafford on first down.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Robinson's got it. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To the air again, Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Gay's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Here we go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Running left, it's Mixon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, LA.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Man, 188 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go play action with Burrow. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one we're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, with him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Here's a give to Mixon. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he'll only get this to the 40. After the touchdown.